Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 look at the NCHSAA 3AA playoffs. I'm Dale Ross.
And I'm the pet man, Matt Morrow.
And Matt, this next game we're looking at is number 7 Weddington, 11-2, having their best year.
Yep, school history.
In school history. Some questions were asked earlier in the season about could they make a playoff run, and well, they're making one.
Yep.
And but they're going to face number 3 Northern Guilford, 11-2.
The machine.
The machine, and you know those two losses are not losses; they're forfeits. So last week, Weddington won a real big ball game over Asheville, 14-10. Weddington showed that their defense, kind of what we know. Coach Carson's a defensive-minded guy, and he held Asheville to 10 points. I thought that was pretty impressive. Northern Guilford, Northern Guilford held a pretty dynamic team in Central Cabarrus to 14 and winning 34-14.
Those 14 points came in the fourth quarter when it was over.
Mop up points, exactly. So, Northern Guilford, I saw them last year play Catholic, and oh my goodness, this team is very similar to last year's team. They're kind of built the same way. Just a few things that I'll throw out to kind of lead you in. I was able to get a little information on Northern Guilford. They averaged 211 yards rushing a game, 140 passing.
Balanced offense.
Fairly balanced offense. Their quarterback, Coltrane, a senior, he's 111 of 205, 1,602 yards. That's not bad. 24 TDs. Pretty impressive. Seven interceptions. I thought he was a good player last year, but he was kind of overshadowed by the running backs. And his QB rating's 105, so that's pretty impressive. Since he does throw the ball, their number 1 receiver is number 6 Reynolds. He's had 37 catches, 517 yards, and 10 TDs. Okay. And they ran the ball a lot last year, and they run the ball a lot this year. Freeman has 191 carries, 1,319 yards, 16 TDs. That's good yardage. I mean, it's not overly impressive, but that's pretty decent yards to break 1,000 yards. That's approximately 100 yards a game he's getting. And he's a sophomore too, by the way. And then, of course, they had one other running back, Ripberger, 74 carries, 420 yards, 10 TDs. So, Weddington's playoff run, it's an impressive year for them, but a machine, yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, we were just talking off camera, and I was saying Central Cabarrus is very dynamic offensively. Northern Guilford just shut that down. And the defense is their strong point. They are very fast and very smart on the defensive side of the ball. And, I'll tell you, man, for Northern Guilford, they're going to see a spread look most of the time from Weddington. They like to put 4 receivers out there, and they throw it around a little bit. They got a good quarterback, but that Weddington offensive line is what I'm concerned about. They're going to have to be able to protect for Welch to give him time to throw the ball, because their receivers, they don't have like real athletic game breakers. They have guys that run good routes and catch the ball well. And they're going to have time to run their offense the way they like to run it. And, for Northern Guilford, they're not going to give you a lot of time to sit there and try to pick them apart. And I think that's going to be Weddington's biggest challenge. If Northern Guilford can rush the passer well, they're going to shut Weddington down offensively, because the pass is more their strong suit this year, more so than the run. And that's different than in past seasons, but they've got a really good quarterback, so they're featuring him a little more. For offensive side for Northern Guilford, speed and space, I think, could hurt Weddington defensively, but they are a very strong defensive team, like you said. And Coach Carson does a really good job of getting his guys in position to make plays and break down and make tackles and prevent big plays. And if this game is going to be a close one where Weddington can hope to pull an upset, it's got to be low scoring.
Right.
And for Weddington, it's a huge challenge. And that's, they got to keep the score low, and they've got to play their best game they've played all year on offense. They've got to get to 21, I think, to have a shot at the upset and keep Northern Guilford in the 20s. I think they're gonna have to show some creativity offensively, maybe some different formations they hadn't seen all season, maybe some bunch type stuff. The impression I get with Northern Guilford is they're gonna, use their athletes, and that means man coverage. So I think they're gonna run man coverage against Weddington because they're gonna feel like that, they're just better in terms of athleticism and speed. So I don't think they're gonna give Weddington zone coverage because they can pick that apart easily. So Weddington's gonna have to get the ball out of Welch's hands fast. It's a tall order, and I was saying to you off camera, I can see 28-7 possibly with Northern Guilford pulling away late. But Weddington plays their best game, and they can keep this score in the 20s for Northern Guilford, and they can find a way to get a couple of scores. It could be interesting, but the way I saw Northern Guilford shut down Central Cabarrus last week, that was really impressive. Because that team has been putting up tons of points all year long, and they couldn't do anything.
Well, I'm in the belief that they have to hold them to 21 at a maximum to have a shot in this ball game. Right. I'll say it just like I did in the Mallard Creek game. If the game gets to 28 points, that's your winner. And I say 28 points if I'm saying 28 points if Northern Guilford gets there.
Right.
I'm going to find it hard to believe that, I think everything's going to have to go right for Weddington to get into that 20-point range, and it's going to be a lower half of the 20s. So they're going to have,
if they're going to pull the upset, I think their defense is going to have to score.
Right.
I think they're going to have to do that or to get something in special teams.
They're going to need to create some turnovers at least, and not have turnovers.
Right.
So, we'll see. Weddington's on a special run for the school, and unfortunately, you're hitting a tough team. But you guys enjoy the ball game.
Travel well, guys.
Travel well. Exactly. Wear the green and travel well. Thank you.
Coming to ya on a dusty road. Good loving, I